Hello everyone, Teresa Dunford here. Welcome to my video today. Today I have an organization video for you. So a little story about that. At the first of the year, I always get this little bug to reorganize my house, clean it, put up new decorations, the whole bit, until I run out of steam. So I've been really concentrating on my kitchen, and I got out a bunch of my old decorations that I'd put away, and I bought a few new ones and redecorated. And then that led to reorganizing. So let me show you what I did to reorganize. And I'm going to start with this little cupboard right here. So let me open the door for you and show you what I've got down here. So I just bought these bins on the bottom shelf. There's the blue one and the white one. And in the blue one, I have my muffin tins, my cake pans, my pie pans, my cookie racks, all that stuff that's kind of flat. In the white bin, I have extra water bottles. You can see my little granddaughter's water bottles there. And behind the water bottles, I have a container with all my cookie cutters in it. And then on the top shelf, I have the griddle, the cake pans, a couple of containers, and my toaster. My toaster used to be over in another cupboard, but when I reorganized it, it wouldn't fit anymore, so it ended up over here. And I had to take a couple of things out that I never used, a couple of bowls that I just never used, and decided that I didn't need them because they were just in the way. And before I got the bins, everything would just fall out every time you open the door and be a big mess and drive me crazy. So I really like those, and they made a big difference. Now, over here on my fridge, I just put this new saying, "Home, my happy place." I saw that somewhere and thought, I like that, so I just put it on my fridge. And I'm going to bring you over here to this kitchen and show you what I did in some of these drawers, the silverware drawer. And it's kind of the junk drawer too, but really I just have a few paper pads and pens. And back here is my elastics, my ties, clips for potato chip bags or whatever. And so that's pretty much how that drawer is. This one, I found this little section piece a long time ago, and it slides, so I just made it fit the whole drawer and have all of that kind of stuff in there. Now, he doesn't have trouble with your Tupperware. So I have this little bin here, and it has all my small lids in it. And then, most of my containers fit in here. My husband takes leftovers for lunch, so a lot of the containers are down in my freezer, which makes it nice because then I don't have to store them in my drawer, but they would fit in here if they were in here. And then this drawer was a big mess, and I had to clean it out. And I added this bin and this one to just kind of organize a little better. As you can see, there's few more lids. My salad shooter, which the other piece is in another cupboard, but I could probably put it in here. So I will probably do that. But the secret to having things organized is to use bins or section your drawers off. Like this one, it holds a ton of stuff in it now. I used to have these two, but the rest of it was just all in there, messy. You can ever find anything. And so I got couple more bins and organized it better. And now my husband cooks. Him and I are empty nesters, but he does a lot of the cooking. And so, he could see where he pulled something from, and he knows to put it back there in its place. So if he got the peeler out, he knows it goes back there after he cleans it. So that is the secret to keeping organized, is having bins. Now I'm going to show you my spice spices that I worked on for 3 days. But I finally got a system that I like. And I was hoping to get all my spices into 1 or 2 cupboards, but they're still in 3. And that's okay, I guess. So this one, I did have all my oils and vinegars and molasses and vanilla up here, but they were just all over and it was getting pretty messy and you couldn't find anything. So I found this Lazy Susan and put everything on there that was in this cupboard. I didn't get rid of anything. It's just all on the Lazy Susan now. And it's so much easier to get what I need. This side is still kind of, it kind of looks messy, but really it's organized. Because this is really all that's in there. I have this oil, my cornmeal, the grits, the oatmeal, and my Crisco tang. So, and that's all that really has been in that cupboard. And so, you know, it makes it easy to find. It's pretty much in order. Okay, now let's go over to this corner cupboard. How many of you have a corner cupboard and you cannot get back there in the back? It's just very awkward. Well, I'll just kind of show you the top a little bit, but mainly I'm talking about the bottom. So here I have these spices in containers. I had 3 containers across there. I don't know what I did with the 3rd row, but anyway. So when I was cleaning all this out to decide what to do with it, I found 4 containers, the cans that you buy from the store, of baking powder. I thought, that is ridiculous. I really need to do something about that. So I was able to pour some of it in here, and I have 1 can downstairs that is baking powder. And I came up with a solution, and I'm really happy with this because I found another Lazy Susan that fits back there, and everything that was back there is on this Lazy Susan now. And so I can see what's there, and I don't have to pull out another can of baking powder because I don't know that there's one back here. So I love that. It worked out so well. I hate the corner cupboard, but for now I have to deal with it. So now this is my favorite part of this whole project. My spice cupboard. So this was just a big mess. I had spices down in the drawer that I showed you already. I had them up in the cupboard above the stove. I had them over in the corner cupboard. And I wanted everything in one place, and I pretty much got it. So what I did is I found these wooden tiered shelves, and they actually spread out to 21 inches. So this one goes to about here, and then I got another one that goes to, well, they meet up. So this one spreads out the whole way, and that's not quite the whole way. And then I did buy these spice jars. I just thought they looked very nice. The only thing about them is I didn't realize until I was filling them that they don't have the shaker lids. So if you, which is fine for me because I use measuring spoons most of the time anyway. But if you want shaker lids, just make sure that you check and make sure the jar you're buying has the shaker lid. And then over here, I had most of these jars already and just was able to organize them better. And up here is, I had this tiered shelf already. This is another tiered shelf that I had already. And then over here, I have another Lazy Susan. And on here I have my peanut butters, my honey, and I love it. It is so nice. I found these jars at a dollar store, and I have my my cubes in them. But everything is easy to see. We know what we use, so if it's in the back, We pretty much know what's back in the back, and I put stuff that we don't use a lot in the back, especially back here, is like the peppercorns and the nutmeg. My husband likes to grind the whole nutmeg in a coffee grinder, and so, you know, that's back there. But oh, as you noticed on these spice jars, I put the labels on the lid, and that was just because I wanted to see the labels clear in the back. I mean, they would look nicer here, but they're inside the cupboard, and I'm the only one that sees them, and it still looks nice to me. It looks a whole lot nicer than it did, and I'm very, I'm very happy how this all turned out. Now, you're probably saying, boy, that's a lot of spices, and I agree with you. In fact, most of the ones over on this side and the ones up here are ones that my husband uses. Half of them I don't even know what they're used for. So anyway, he likes to cook and he uses a lot of spices. Now, the last thing I did that I wanted to share with you was I had all my measuring cups and spoons hanging over here on my stove where my hot pads are. And it was just getting very cluttered and messy. This is a set that I got on a trip, and it's little sunflowers, but you really can't see it. I tried to take a picture of it and it was too dark. But anyway, so I had like 3 sets of measuring spoons and then the 1 set of measuring cups, and I decided to put them in this cupboard. So I got little hooks, hung them up. I need to get 2 more hooks to finish hanging up the measuring spoons, and I just put the other set of measuring spoons down in the cupboard that I already showed you. Then I took this backing, it's actually drawer liner or shelf liner, just cut a piece, stuck it on there with double-sided tape, so hopefully it stays. I don't know if it's going to stay or not, but we'll see. To kind of drown out some of the noise of the cups when you shut the cupboard and they clatter. Sorry, it keeps fading into light and dark, but anyway, so I'm really happy about that too. And that's just what I wanted to share with you today, is this project. It took me 3 days to do, so I'm glad it's done, and I'm really happy with the results. I hope it will help you in your kitchen. So just let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video so I know whether you want more like this or not. Leave in the comments what you would like to see me do. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day and good luck with your kitchen. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.